Late this afternoon, a juror was dismissed in Trisha Stratman's negligent homicide trial. The woman told the judge she wasn't able to mentally handle some of today's testimony.
The trial continued today, with the majority of the testimony focusing on the reconstruction of the crash that killed Holman High School student Brandon Jennings in July of last year. News 8's Pauline Lee was in court again today and joins us with the latest.
Today, the prosecution continued to call various law enforcement witnesses who were on the scene after the crash. They also called those who helped try to reconstruct what happened. As Trisha Stratman sat quietly listening to every word, the jury heard from one of the first officers responding to the crash.
I saw some blood on her arm, and then she said, "Dan, I think I killed him."
Sergeant Brian Worsbecky is one of Stratman's former co-workers. He was also one of the first people to talk to her after the accident.
Immediately when I got in the back of the ambulance, she asked, did I kill him?
Stratman also explained to Sergeant Worsbecky what happened seconds before the collision.
I saw that the light had changed. I laid on the brakes and couldn't avoid it.
Black boxes from Jennings' car showed he was traveling at 20 miles per hour at the time of the crash. He also didn't have his seatbelt on. Stratman's black box recorded her final speed at just over 95 miles per hour. It also showed she hit the brakes significantly, but just less than a second before the crash.
And that brake application was significant enough to activate the anti-lock braking system on the vehicle. That was approximately 0.8 of a second prior to the end of the recording period.
One of the state troopers who helped reconstruct the crash testified Stratman could have stopped in time based on her speed and the distance from the stoplight when it turned red.
Obviously, that's one thing that you're trained to consider when you're traveling at certain speeds. Consider the amount of time it's going to take you to stop and react to hazards.
Sergeant Mike Valencia trained Stratman. He says deputies are trained in due regard, meaning they have to consider the traffic around them and the emergency they're responding to when deciding how fast to travel.
No, only as may be necessary for safe operation of their vehicle and other vehicles that may be present in that area or intersection.
Now the prosecution is just about done with their case. They have just one more witness to call tomorrow morning, and then it will be the defense's turn. Also, with one of the 12 jurors dismissed today, they're now just down to one alternate.
Thanks, Pauline. The trial is expected to last through the end of the week and could possibly go beyond that. Stratman faces a maximum of 10 years in prison if convicted.